Hey everyone, I am Ghulam Abbas. I hope you guys are fine and doing great. In this video, I am going to show you how to install the macOS 10.15 Catalina on VirtualBox using an ISO file on Windows. So basically, you have to download and install the VirtualBox and also the VirtualBox extension pack. You can download them from the virtualbox.org. From there, you have to download the two things. Number one, the VirtualBox itself and its extension. Here is the download link for the Windows host, and also here is the VirtualBox extension pack. You have to download both of them. You can have a look here. The VirtualBox, it is about 1.77 107 MB, and then the Oracle Virtual Extension Pack is around 10.5 megabyte. So I'll cancel them both because I have already downloaded and installed that one them inside computer. That's why no need for me to perform the task. And one more thing, to download the ISO file, I'll provide a link in the description. You can just go ahead and check that out. In other words, you can click on that one and download the ISO file. The ISO file is around 8 megabyte, around 8 GB. You can have a look at 8.30 GB. Uh, and once it's done, let's deal, or in other words, let's create our first virtual machine with an ISO file. So you can have a look. I have already created a macOS Catalina. I'm going to select new. By default, the VirtualBox will show like this. You have to select expert mode, type the name of the Mac OS 10.15, and by default it will choose the other stuff. I will increase from here the memory size to 4 GB 4096, and you have to select create a new virtual hard disk now. After that one, specify the amount. Here is the location. It will be saved by default inside the users Abbas VirtualBox VMS. It will be saved there. So also increase the amount of the storage, in other words the hard disk, and here is the hard disk type. Basically, VDI is the VirtualBox disk image, and then VHD is the Hyper-V hard disk type, and then the VMDK is the uh, VMware hard disk type. And I don't know about this, but QEMU is also a type of virtualization software, just like Oracle, but that will be run with some core, something like that. But I don't know how. So for now, you have to choose the VDI. However, I would recommend you have to go with VMDK. But for this tutorial, I'm going to use the VDI. And also, you have to choose the dynamically allocated. Dynamically is basically the amount of the storage is 100 GB. As much of file is needed, it will use that much amount of storage. For example, if there is only used 20 GB, it will use out of 100 GB only 20 GB, and it will be stored on your computer. It means from 100 GB it will take around 20 GB. So click create, and once it's done, go to settings. First you have to go to the system, uncheck the floppy, and make sure that all of these three are checked up, and then go to processor, increase processor to 2. However, doesn't matter, it will also work on 1. Increase the video memory to 128 megabyte, and you can also enable the 2D and the 3D acceleration. Here's also the graphical type. Later I will show you how to configure the screen. And here's the storage. From here you need to choose the ISO file of the the macOS Catalina. Select choose file. You can have a look here. macOS Catalina is the same folder directory. I am going to open it and choose the macOS 10.15 Catalina and open. Okay, once that's done, uh, go to the USB port and select USB 3.0. You have to enable these stuffs here. Once it's done, click OK, and I'm also going to copy this name and Now go to File, Exit. Also, download this code from the description link. I will provide them, and go ahead, choose Edit and select Replace. And now, instead of, so you can have a look here, it is written your VM name. Copy that one here and replace that one with the name of your virtual machine. It is macOS 10.15. Select replace all. Now you can have a look here, they are all replaced. Now copy that one by one and open up the CMD and run as administrator. Choose yes, and now paste them one by one, all the commands one by one. Basically these commands will enable the Apple services. You can have a look here. It will modify the Apple chipset and the other stuff to fix the problem. Yes, that's also done. And now the second command you can have a look here, that is defining your computer. Defining as iMac 11.3, and then there is also the other option which is also defining the devices to configure, and then there is also the other command. So basically each command is built for a purpose, to enable Apple services inside the VirtualBox. And there is also another command, it's enabling the SMC, and it is done. So once it's done, you have to type exit, and you can also, if you want, you can save changes. I won't save changes. Now open up your virtual machine. It's time for it to run it. Select start. So here it's also again asking you for the ISO. Just don't worry, open up that one and go to add and choose the ISO file. Once that's done, select choose and start. So at first you can have a look here, all of these codes will go. It will take around 1 minute, I think, or maybe more. Once they are passed, we will move to the next step. So finally, here we are on the language section of the macOS 10.15 Catalina. Choose your language. Okay. First, you have to make sure if the hard disk is detected or not. So before that one, before going to this utility, I have to go and check out that if the hard disk is detected here or not. If that was not detected, I must come back inside the disk utility. Then I have to format the uh, hard disk. So select continue, agree with the agreements of the macOS Catalina. You can have a look here. It is not detecting any disk. In other words, any hard disk. So you have to quit this one, quit install macOS, and now choose disk utility. From here, you have to first enable view all the HDDs, or in other words, all the devices, and you can have a look them all are the stuff. So here is the VBox hard disk media. Choose erase and type a name for this one. I am going to type macOS Catalina by IntoGuide. So you also have to visit our site intoguide.com. So it is the format type and it is the scheme. However, you can also choose from here the AP FS Apple file system. It depends on you, and there is also the scheme option. I won't do anything with them, just choose erase and then it will do the stuff. Once it's done, choose done. Okay, now go ahead and quit it and now choose install macOS. Choose continue, choose agree. Again, agree with the terms and condition of the Apple. So right now you can have a look here. It has detected the hard disk. So choose that one and select install. Now this will also take around maybe 5 to 10 minutes. When it's done, I'll wait for you. Same codes will go and go and go, and also the Apple logo. And again, I'll be back there when I will reach to the next section. So right now you can have a look here after the reboot of the system. In other words, after copying all the files, here you are in the welcome screen where you need to select your country. So by default, you have to choose your own country because the time and all this stuff will be set up from that country. I'll choose Pakistan for now. It is also the written and spoken language, where is preferred English and Urdu, and input typing is also Arabic and Urdu. So it will bring by default those sections. So the data and privacy, again continue. Select do not transfer any information now. And also, if you have an Apple ID account, just go ahead, use it. If you do not have, just simply select setup later and select skip. Once you have passed that step, you will move to the next step, which is the terms and condition. Choose agree. Also agree with the license agreement of the macOS, in other words Apple. Now type the name of yours, again Abbas, and the password is, I'm going to put four characters of 1 2 3 and 4, and the hint will be elf. Here is the express setup. You have to, it is about basically the maps and find my location and the other stuff. It is the analytics. I will also choose continue. And here is the screen time. You can set up later or you can set up right now. I'm going to set up right now by choosing continue. And here is the time, in other words the look for your computer. So I will go with the light version because I like the light version. But and here is the final step, which is setting up the Mac for us. So and finally we are done. Here it is saying that you have to verify your keyboard by pressing the shift key here. If you have to press, then it will go on with the next step. So just done. And here is also the terms and condition of that, and again choose accept. Here is also the feedback. If you have any feedback, just go ahead, sign up your Apple ID and uh, easily do the stuff. So for now I'm creating the feedback assistant, and I'm also going to check if it is the macOS 10.15 Catalina or not. So you can have a look here. It is the macOS 10.15 Catalina. Yes, here it is. And here is the processor, 2.71 gigahertz, 4 GB of RAM, macOS Catalina by Into Guide, and the display graphic is 3 megabyte. If you have remembered, while creating the virtual machine, we set it at that 128 MB. So it has no serial number. It means in some cases you won't be able to use the Face ID and the other stuff because it do not have any serial number. So whatever that is, we need also to fix the display. So this is how you can install the macOS 10.15 Catalina using an ISO file on VirtualBox.